In my previous life, the doctor told me I couldn't have children. I believed him. After Leo and I got married, he was always gentle, always considerate. He never once mentioned children. I thought he understood, that he accepted me. Until the night he inherited everything from our Ella family. That night, at the banquet, he publicly introduced the 22-year-old son of his first love. Everything shattered. It turned out that all those nights he claimed he was working late or staying over for meetings, he wasn't at work. He was with her, with them. While I carried the guilt of not being able to give him a child, he used my family's money to raise another woman's son, paying for his school, buying him a house, even a car. I was so shocked, so angry, that I coughed up blood right there at the banquet and collapsed, lying in the hospital, dying. Leo finally told me the truth. He had bribed the doctor to lie. I could have had children. The medicine I'd been taking to regulate my body had been swapped for birth control pills. I died, betrayed and heartbroken, but when I opened my eyes again, I was back in my old room. My mother was dozing beside me. It was the day before I was supposed to marry Leo. I had been reborn. My mother's voice brought me back. Ella, are you really registering your marriage with Leo tomorrow? I still don't trust him. And Cecilia, something feels off there. I didn't answer. I just stared at her, tears filling my eyes. In my past life, I'd ignored her warnings. I rarely visited her when she was sick. The last time I saw her, she had said weakly, Leo may be smart and hardworking, but he's not a good man. I brushed it off. I know, I told her. She smiled softly and passed away that night, but after her death, I discovered something horrifying. My mother hadn't died of illness. She had died from chronic poisoning. The doctor said she must have been ingesting poison for at least 5 years. That year marked 5 years since I had married Leo. It all clicked. He had poisoned her just like he had poisoned my father. Not again. This time, I clutched my mother's hand and said, Mom, I won't marry Leo. Her eyes lit up with joy. Silly girl, you're only 19. We'll go to the city soon with your father. There are plenty of good men out there. That morning, everything felt warmer, like the spring festival. We cooked together, laughing, making old hen soup. It felt like a second chance at life. Then Leo showed up just like in my past life. White shirt, black pants, leather shoes. My father had brought him from the south. He looked polished, charming as ever. We agreed to register our marriage. Today, he said. I blinked, feigning innocence. Is it today? His tone turned irritated. Ella, how could you forget something so important? If you're angry, I said sweetly, does that mean you won't marry me? Leo faltered. Yes, if I'm angry, I won't marry you. I ran to my mother, crying like a child. Mom, Leo's angry. He doesn't want to marry me. My mother hugged me, confused but protective. Then don't marry him. We'll find someone better. Leo rushed to explain. Auntie, I was joking. I love Ella. Everyone knows I'm marrying her today. But my mother stayed firm. Ella's not happy. We'll talk about this later. After he left, she turned to me, worried. Is it because of me, Ella? I looked her straight in the eyes and said clearly, Cecilia is pregnant. The child is Leo's. Her face went red with rage. That bastard. Let's not tell Dad yet, I said. He won't believe it without proof. We needed evidence. I remembered in my past life, Leo had taken Cecilia to the hospital for a checkup. I waited outside. Sure enough, there they were, her arms wrapped around his. Leo, I'm scared, she whispered. I think I'm pregnant. If you are, we'll have the baby, he said gently, but I'm still a virgin. If the villagers find out, he smiled, we'll go to the city. No one will know. I followed them quietly. After the exam, it was confirmed. Cecilia was 2 months pregnant. I went home and told my mother everything. She was furious. We leave for the south tomorrow. No waiting for your father. I'm not done yet, I told her. They won't get away with this. I'll make them regret everything. That evening, Leo returned, acting like nothing was wrong. He brought me a hairpin. Let me put this on for you, he said, smiling. I stepped back. Have you heard the rumors? What? Rumors? He asked, caught off guard. That Cecilia's pregnant. That you took her to the hospital this morning. Leo panicked. I swear, nothing happened between us. I raised my eyebrows. Then swear something real. He gritted his teeth. If I'm lying, I'll stay in this village forever. I'll never enter the city again. I clapped. Swearing always works. I believe you. Leo looked confused. In the past, I would have begged him, apologized, made him gifts. This time, I simply said, "You can leave now." The next day, the rumors spread fast. Villagers whispered about Cecilia's pregnancy. An older aunt pulled me aside. "Don't rush the registration." I saw them together. "Cecilia's definitely pregnant." Just then, Cecilia approached smiling. I glanced at her belly. "You've put on some weight." She sucked in her stomach, panicked. "It's just the summer clothes." I reached out to touch her stomach, but she quickly backed away. "I have something to do," she mumbled and fled. The aunt shook her head. "Ella, I've had 3 kids. I'm telling you she's pregnant. At least 2 months." This time, I wasn't the naive girl who got played. I had my memories, my mother by my side, and a fire burning inside me. They betrayed me once. They wouldn't get the chance again, but as we reached the east end of the village, more whispers floated around. People were gossiping, saying I had a lover outside the village, that I was the one pregnant and too ashamed to marry Leo. I stopped and turned to face the women spreading the rumors. Among them were Cecilia's mother and her sister-in-law. "You're saying I have a lover and I'm pregnant?" I asked. "Do you have any proof?" Cecilia's mother faltered for a moment, then puffed up arrogantly. "If everyone's saying it must be true." I stared straight at her. "Then if I start spreading rumors that your eldest son was fathered by the old bachelor at the east end of the village, and that Cecilia was born from your affair with the man at the west end, does that make it true too?" She lunged forward, furious. "Nonsense. I'll tear your mouth apart. How dare you talk about my daughter like that?" My mother stepped in to shield me, but I gently pushed her aside. "Mom, I'm fine. We're just joking." Cecilia snapped. "Who's joking with you? You're just a girl who talks nonsense." I met her gaze calmly. "I'm not just a girl. I've lived through 2 lifetimes." Just then, someone stepped forward, grinning. "These rumors are too detailed. Who knows what's true or false? First they say Cecilia is pregnant with Leo's child, then they say Ella is pregnant with someone else's." I smiled. "Well, that's easy to find out. Let's go see a doctor." Cecilia suddenly emerged from the crowd, flustered. "I can prove Ella has a lover. The other day, I saw her hugging a man in a gray vest on the back mountain. He was tall, thin, and young." Everyone started scanning the crowd, piecing together her description. Their eyes landed on Ryan. Ryan was an orphan. His parents had died of illness, and he'd been raised by his grandmother. She passed away last year. In my previous life, he had left for the city the year after I did. I'd heard he did well, married the daughter of a wealthy businessman. Now, he stared at me, stunned. We barely knew each other, just exchanged polite greetings. Everyone knew I had long harbored feelings for Leo. I walked up to Ryan with a smile and took his hand. "Ryan Russin, will you marry me?" He blinked, clearly taken aback. Then slowly, he nodded. "Okay." "No way." Leo stormed up, pushing between us. "You promised to marry me. Just because of one argument, you go find another man? And you're pregnant?" I slapped Leo across the face. "Pregnant with whose child? Ryan and I are innocent. We're the same age, both unmarried. What's wrong with us getting married?" Leo grabbed my still wanted to marry her. "What a man!" I yanked my arm back and shouted, "Where's Aunt the Miracle Doctor?" Aunt the Miracle Doctor was our village's traditional Chinese healer, well respected for her effective and affordable treatments. "I'm here," she said, stepping forward. I stretched out my arm. "Check my pulse. Tell everyone if I'm pregnant." She felt my pulse, then shook her head. "You're not pregnant." I turned to the crowd. "You all heard her." The murmurs shifted around me. "Whoever started these rumors is awful." I didn't bother wasting time on them. Instead, I stormed over to Cecilia and grabbed her wrist. "Check her." Leo lunged forward, trying to block the doctor, but Aunt the Miracle Doctor was sharp. While Leo grabbed her right hand, she used her left to feel Cecilia's pulse. "It's been over 2 months," she said. Gasps filled the air. "You mean Cecilia is pregnant?" someone exclaimed. The doctor looked seriously at Cecilia. "The fetus is unstable. You need to rest and avoid intercourse. I'll prescribe medicine to protect the baby." Before she could say anything else, Cecilia blushed, turned, and ran. Cecilia's mother shrieked, "You quack!" The doctor calmly replied, "If you don't believe me, take her to the county hospital." Someone in the crowd asked, "So, who's the father?" All eyes turned to Leo, his face twisted with shame and fury. The doctor sighed. "If it's a young guy, fine, but if it's someone older, well, Cecilia is shameless," someone muttered. "Getting pregnant before marriage." Leo couldn't take it anymore. "Everyone go home. Gossiping like this isn't right. Just go. Even the village elder chimed in, supporting Leo because, after all, in the late 1980s, pregnancy before marriage was a serious scandal, but I had cleared my name. I didn't care about staying in that village anymore before leaving. I turned to Ryan. Dress neatly. We're going to the city tomorrow to register. Leo grabbed my hand, furious. You're going too far. I looked to Ryan. Help me. Let go of my fiancé. Ryan stepped forward, grabbed Leo's wrist hard. Leo winced in pain. You bumpkin. Leo gasped. You're strong. Ryan, who worked the fields every day, had natural strength. Leo, on the other hand, had never done a day of physical labor in his life. Ryan stood tall. Ella is my fiancée. Stay away. I had never seen this side of him before. Bold, protective, Leo snarled. She's using you to make me jealous. She doesn't really love you. Give it to Days. She'll be begging to marry me. I spat in his face. Get lost. He wiped his face, realized it was spit, and ran off. Ryan smiled. Until you find someone you truly love, I can be your fiancé. No, I said, holding his hand. I mean it. Will you marry me? He hesitated. I'm just an orphan. You know my background. I don't care, I replied. Will you marry me? He nodded. I will. I threw my arms around him. We'll register tomorrow. When my dad returns, we'll get married. Happiness felt so sudden. I ran home and told my mother. She smiled brightly. Ryan's a good boy. I watched him grow up. I like him. I like him too, I said. The next day, we went to the city. We bought clothes, wedding items, and celebrated with a big meal. When we got home, my mother-in-law liked Ryan too. Don't worry, Ryan. You're family now. Work hard and follow Ella's father. You'll do great. Ryan nodded, overwhelmed. 3 days later, Leo came looking for me, expecting an apology. But instead, he found me handing out wedding candies. He grabbed my arm, grinning. I'm not mad anymore. I forgive you. I shook him off. Whether you're mad or not doesn't matter. You're giving out candies to surprise me, right? He asked smugly. I laughed bitterly. I'm marrying Ryan. He's my husband. Leo collapsed. Impossible. You love me. Just then, Ryan walked over, gently holding my hand. It's hot. Let me help. I want to give them out myself. I smiled. Leo shouted, No, you can only marry me. Ryan's just an orphan. We ignored him. That night, I was half asleep when I felt a hand on me. In the moonlight, I saw Leo. You beast. What you're doing is illegal. I shouted. I kicked him off the bed, grabbed a flashlight. Even if you do this, we're done. Leo lunged at me. After I sleep with you, no one else will want you. You'll have to marry me. His face twisted. I struggled, terrified. He was tearing at my clothes. Just as I was about to give up, he stopped. My mother was hitting him with a stick. You brute! Even if my daughter stays single forever, she'll never marry you. I wrapped myself in the quilt. My mother hugged me. Don't be scared. I'm here. Leo cursed her. It's your fault. You poisoned her against me. Today I'll sleep with both of you. My mother said nothing. She just kept hitting him. He collapsed. I got up, took the stick, and hit him too. You monster! You tried to hurt me. I'll kill you. My mother's voice rang out gently. Leave him alive. Then I stopped when I saw that Leo wasn't moving. I was shocked. Mom, is he dead? My mother smiled faintly. He still has a breath left. He won't die. If he really does, we'll just drag him to the back mountain and feed him to the wolves, you poisonous woman. Leo made a weak sound on the floor. Mom, he's not dead. Should we give him a few more blows and send him to the back mountain? Otherwise, he'll cause trouble again. My mother and I looked at each other and smiled. Even if we didn't beat him to death, we'd scared him half to death. Let him know, we, mother and daughter, are not to be bullied. Forget it. Let's spare his life. If he dares to bully you again, we can kill him later, my mother said casually, as if she were talking about killing a chicken. You poisonous woman. Leo could only curse. He didn't know what else to say. I squatted in front of him and smiled. Cecilia is pregnant with your child and you still wanted to register with me? What did you take me for? A fool? Leo denied it. I don't know whose child is in Cecilia's belly. Why do you think it's mine? Don't you know who I am? I smiled. Cecilia told me herself. She even showed off in front of me, saying that you only love her. You were going to marry me just for my family's money. She said you were going to take her to the city, raise the child for her, and let the child inherit our Ella family's property. My mother slapped him. You brute! You really have a good plan. Leo secretly cursed Cecilia as a fool in his heart, but still denied it. Don't listen to that crazy woman. She's pregnant and couldn't find a man, so she said it was mine. If you don't believe me, we can confront her. I stood up with a smile. Forget it. Anyway, I've already registered with Ryan. After that, I showed him the marriage certificate. Open your dog eyes and take a good look. I'm already married to Ryan. Leo laughed when he saw it. It's fake. It must be fake. My mother lost her patience. Give me a hand. Let's throw him out the door. You poisonous women. You're all poisonous women. Amid Leo's curses, my mother and I dragged him outside. After closing the door, I didn't go back inside right away. I listened to the commotion outside. I was right, he didn't come alone. Cecilia was crying. What happened? Didn't you succeed? Leo's eyes blazed when he saw her. You fool! Who told you to tell her that you're pregnant with my child? Cecilia looked aggrieved. I didn't. She wiped her tears and went to help him. Leo pushed her away. Get lost. I don't want to see you. Still, Cecilia helped him, crying. Leo, let's go back and treat your wounds. They're really ruthless. After throwing a tantrum for a while, Leo let her help him away. I didn't see Leo for the next week. Cecilia was so pressured by public opinion that she didn't dare go out. Now, the whole village was spreading the word. Cecilia was pregnant with Leo's child, and in a fit of anger, I had married Ryan. Everyone said Ryan was He was an orphan, but after marrying me, he had everything. I told Ryan what happened last night. He pulled me into his arms. I'll stand guard outside your door from now on. I smiled. I've put a stick by my bedside. If he dares to come again, I'll beat him to death. In the following days, Ryan really did stay outside the door every night. Later, I found out more about Leo and Cecilia, but I didn't care anymore. I was too busy preparing for our wedding. A month later, my father came back. When he saw that Ryan had been well groomed by me and was truly a handsome and talented man, my father smiled. My father agreed right away. He held my hand and said, as long as Ryan is a good man, with your father here, the two of you can live a good life. I nestled happily into his arms. You're so kind, Dad. It was just like in my past life. Whatever I wanted, my father would agree to without hesitation. As long as I asked, he would say yes. He pushed me gently away and chuckled. Silly girl, you're my only daughter. If I'm not good to you, then who should I be good to? My mother gave him a bit of attitude. You only have one daughter because I hurt my body giving birth to her. I couldn't have another child after that. She huffed and added, you can marry another woman if you want a child that badly. Seeing my mother upset, my father immediately went to comfort her. Our wedding date was set for the 6th day of the 8th lunar month. My mother even found someone to check our horoscopes and confirmed it was a lucky day. To marry me. Leo came to our home and knelt before my father, swearing, Uncle, I'm absolutely sincere about Ella. If I ever have bad intentions toward her. Before he could finish, my father kicked him to the ground. You scumbag! I haven't even gone looking for you, but you dare come to my door? He stepped on Leo's hand and growled, you brute! For the sake of our fellow villagers, I won't take your life. But if you dare harass my daughter Ella again, I'll kill you. Then he kicked him again. My father had always been a rough man. He was once a village bully. After those two powerful kicks, Leo vomited blood on the spot. It took him a while to get up. He spat out more blood and glared at me fiercely. You just wait. We didn't take his threat seriously. The wedding day came quickly. My father invited many friends and relatives. Everyone knew he had made a fortune in the South, and those who had heard came rushing to the celebration. He was generous. He didn't collect any gift money, and everyone could eat and drink to their heart's content. The return gifts were lavish too. Besides the usual wedding candies, each gift included a bar of soap and a towel. Everyone was happy with the food and even happier with the gifts. Leo stood off in the distance, grinding his teeth in hatred. All of this, he thought, should have been his. Ryan had stolen everything. Who told you to say that bitch's lover is Ryan? He roared. She married him. How can I follow them to the city now? He started beating and kicking Cecilia. Cecilia clung to his leg, tearfully pleading, why do you have to go to the city? Ella's just someone with money. You're a teacher. That's more respectable. That made Leo even angrier. What do You know, he snapped, having a good reputation as a teacher doesn't mean anything. It doesn't make money. I want money. You only know how to teach. You'll never leave this poor place. I hate teaching. He stormed off, drowning his frustration in alcohol. In the bridal chamber, Ryan stared at me intently. You're so beautiful. I lowered my head, shyly. I didn't expect you to say such things. Do you regret marrying me? He asked, still staring. A soft smile tugged at the corners of his mouth. No, I said. He smiled even more. Ella, do you know I've loved you for a long time? But I'm an orphan. I was afraid I couldn't make you happy, so I didn't dare to chase you. I grabbed his hand. Why didn't you tell me earlier? Maybe I wouldn't have been fooled by Leo for so long. He gently placed a hand over my mouth. Don't mention that name, it's unlucky. I nodded. It's unlucky. 3 days later, our whole family moved south. We didn't return to the village until the spring festival. That's when I heard what had happened to Leo. He had been forced to marry Cecilia, but Cecilia lost the baby. Leo, drunk and violent, kicked her in the belly. The baby was gone before they could even make it to the hospital. During the spring festival, while my parents and Ryan were busy with preparations, I sat alone in the yard basking in the sun. That's when Cecilia showed up, wrapped in a thick scarf. Startled, I instinctively covered my belly and stepped back. She could hurt me if she wanted, but not the baby. I was already 3 months pregnant. What do you want, Cecilia? I asked cautiously. She unwrapped the scarf, revealing a face full of scars, knife cuts, whip marks, and fingernail scratches. Did he do this to you? I asked, stunned. Cecilia smiled bitterly. He's not human. He's ruthless. I shook my head. You're married. Just try to live a good life now. Suddenly, Cecilia dropped to her knees, clutching my hands. Take me to the city, please, she begged. I heard I can get a job there. I'll even be a nanny in your house. Please, Ella. If I stay with Leo, he'll beat me to death. I tried to pull my hands back, but she clung tightly. Please, she cried. In my previous life, when Leo pulled out my oxygen tube, Cecilia just stood there watching, looking smug. Let go of me. Help! I screamed. Ryan heard me. He rushed over, kicked Cecilia away, and pulled me into his arms. Don't be afraid, Ella. I'm here, he said. Cecilia, watching how gentle Ryan was with me, laughed wildly. This is my retribution, she said. Get lost, Ryan shouted. Go away now. Then, nervously, he carried me into the house. Cecilia was so envious of what she saw. On New Year's Eve, Cecilia hanged herself. Her mother said that Leo had become so jealous when he saw her wearing a tiger skin coat and handing out cigarettes to guests that he beat her again. That night, he got drunk. The next morning, they found Cecilia hanging from a beam. When Leo woke up and saw she was dead, he was overwhelmed with despair. He slit his wrists and laid down beside her. Cecilia's family hated Leo so much, they refused to let the two of them be buried together. After the spring festival, we returned to the south on the 4th day of the first lunar month. I didn't want to ask much about what had happened back in the village. By the end of June, Ryan and I welcomed our first child, a boy. My parents and Ryan adored him. My mother and 2 nannies took care of me and the baby. A year later, I gave birth to twins, a boy and a girl. Another year later, I gave birth to triplets, to boys and a girl. We had too many children and got fined a hefty amount, but my father laughed it off. I'm not afraid of having too many children. As long as you're willing to give birth, I don't care how much they fine us. In this life, I finally had my own big family. Years later, I sat in the yard again, basking in the sun. I turned to Ryan with a smile. I still can't believe I have such a big family now, children and grandchildren. Ryan poured me a cup of tea. 4 sons, 2 daughters, 8 grandsons, and 2 granddaughters. Add the sons-in-law and daughters-in-law. I've lost count of how many people there are. You were really good at having children back then. I laughed. Yeah, every time they come back, the living room can't even fit everyone. We need a bigger villa. Just then, the children burst in. Grandma, Grandpa, maternal grandpa, maternal grandma, we're here to wish you a happy new year. Good, good, I said warmly. I'll go get the lucky money. Looking at the happy group of children, I squinted with a smile and went to the bedroom. I had already prepared the red envelopes. I never knew how many children would show up, so I always made 100 red envelopes. Any extras were handed out to the servants. Later, I was lying on a hospital bed, half awake, and heard people whispering around me, "This centenarian really has a huge family, children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. There are more than 100 of them in total, surrounded by a big family full of life." I smiled and slowly closed my eyes. The end.